Hi guys, and happy Monday. I wanted to jump on and give you the Astro weather for the week ahead. So it's Monday and we just had Mercury go direct yesterday, and so when we've got Mercury going direct, it's a very interesting time because it's when the planet is stationing. So when the planet stations, it stops from moving backwards to forwards, and that's when things can get very interesting. Okay, so give yourselves today, tomorrow, into this week to allow things to really settle down, especially when it comes to communication, even our own mental processing. We may feel like a sense of confusion, uncertainty, even like just indecision, right? Because Mercury is what rules our minds. It rules our speaking and our writing abilities as well. So we might feel a little scattered. I know for myself, like the beginning of today, this morning, I was all over the place. I was trying to order groceries. I was trying to manage my child. I was trying to clean my house, and I was trying to do literally 10 things at once. So that is a perfect example of Mercury retrograde going, our getting out of Mercury retrograde is just like feeling like there's all these different balls moving, and we're like trying to concentrate on one thing at a time. So if you feel scattered today, you feel scattered tomorrow, don't be surprised, even into this week. And then on top of all of that, we've got a full moon coming up on Saturday in Virgo. So we've got a full moon in Virgo happening, and Virgo is the sign that is extremely detail oriented and organized. So with Mercury finally going direct this week, it will be very interesting to see how these energies come together, because we know whenever there's a full moon, there's a lot of intensity. Our emotions are heightened, especially for us ladies, since we are so directly affected by the moon, and our bodies are so much fully connected to the moon. So for example, I know of myself and I know some of my friends, we will experience something called like full moon PMS, and it's like the week of the full moon, you feel like more tired, maybe more emotional, maybe a little moodier, even bloated, even like funny like food cravings. And also a lot of women tend to start their menstrual cycles the week of the full moon. So take note of that. You might be feeling a little off, you might be feeling a little indecisive, a little funky with Mercury going direct, and then this full moon energy happening on Saturday. So take your time when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to your emotions as well. Since we've got this confusion with Mercury going direct and then this full moon emotional energy, we may not be in the most clear or sober frame of mind to make decisions or to fully assess a situation. Also, you may have the need to like have a little bit of a cry, or if you feel overwhelmed or anxious, like take some time for yourself to do some journaling, have a nice cup of tea, disconnect. I am strongly encouraging disconnecting from this past weekend into this week as much as you can, because we're just trying to kind of come back into our full mental capacity with Mercury going direct. So just remember that you might need to take it easy this week. Maybe you're gonna be a little more tired. You maybe need more time to relax, time to rest, time to rejuvenate, because as we move into this full moon energy, the closer we get to Saturday, we're going to feel maybe some more intensity, maybe more emotional, maybe more sleepy. And it's a great time for us to remember, because the full moon, it's our monthly time to release. So we're releasing emotions and energies that have accumulated over the past month. Now, I know for myself, it's taken me a bit of time to realize this pattern, but for me, the week of the full moon is not a time where I want to start new things or put new things on my, my plate, because it's like a time of releasing. It's not a time to start new stuff. So with that said, your energy level generally is not as high as it normally would be at the week of a full moon. It's a time of releasing. So give yourself a break and allow yourself to move through this week. Now, I think it is a good idea to give yourself a moment as we get into the end of this week for resting, recharging, and rejuvenating. Whether that is cooking, whether that is yoga, whether that is stretching, whether that is just like spending a couple hours by yourself, reading a book, doing some journaling, doing some meditation, doing some intention setting. Also connecting with what it is you want to release at this full moon. So since Virgo is the sign that has to do with our health, our routine, service, healing, as well as organization in our lives, this is a wonderful time to think about what are some habits that you wish to release, okay? So I'll give myself as an example. Maybe I've been eating too much chocolate. Maybe I've been eating too much chocolate out of stress. Maybe I've been eating too much chocolate because I've had the sun in my 12th house, and this is the time of year where I have less energy. Well, guess what? At the full moon, it's time for me to release some of those old habits. Okay, so maybe you haven't been getting enough sleep, you've been spending too much time on social media, you haven't been as motivated when it comes to your fitness goals or just getting up and getting moving every day. Maybe you have not been very good on staying on top of tasks and your to-do list. So the full moon in Virgo is like kind of taking a magnifying glass and it's like, hey, where can you trim the fat in your life? Where are you not being productive? Where can you be more productive in your life? What is it that you need to let go of? What is like a mismanagement of your energy and time? Okay, time to let that go. Virgo wants us to simplify things. It's minimalistic. It is organized. It is order. It is structure. It is stability. So this can be anything in our life. Maybe we need to start doing some meal prepping. Maybe we need to dedicate 10 minutes at the beginning of our day to do a meditation or a gratitude and a desires list. Maybe we need to start adding prayer into our daily life. Before we pick up our phone, and we're laying in our bed, we just sit there and we just talk to God or we talk to the universe, whatever you believe in, and we just give thanks for everything we have and we set an intention for the day. I know that's something I'm gonna start doing again. So think about what it is in your daily life as we get closer to this full moon on Saturday, where you need to let go of things that are not serving you and are not productive. So how can you be more productive by letting go of things that are not necessary? Okay, so looking where there is excess in your life or leaks in your energy is going to be very helpful for you this week. And that's a great way to take advantage of this energy with the full moon, okay? So Virgo is also very nitpicky, can be a perfectionist, okay? So at this full moon, we don't want to be too hard on ourselves. We don't want to be too nitpicky or critical of ourselves or others, okay? Because Virgo can be a real pain in the ass, no offense. And Virgo can take things a little too far, okay? So we can become too perfectionist. So it's important for us to understand that this energy, it's about us being productive and organized and feeling stable and structured, but we don't want to nitpick ourselves or others, right? We don't want to be too analytical. We don't want to be too stuck in our heads about everything and just like kind of looking for issues and things to point out, okay? Now, another thing with this full moon is that we will have Venus in Pisces, and Venus is the planet of love. Venus is going to enter into Pisces on the 25th, which is on this Thursday. So whenever Venus switches signs, since it's love and romance, it's going to change the energy around our relationships and our romantic relationships. So it could be our friendships, it could be our dating. Also, Venus rules how we spend our money and what we find pleasure in. So this is important to think about. Venus in Pisces. So Pisces is dreamy, it's mystical, it's spiritual. With Venus in Pisces, maybe we're going to decide, you know what, I'm going to go to the bookstore and I'm going to go crazy on like spiritual books. I'm going to buy some astrology books. I'm going to invest in an astrology class. I'm going to invest in a meditation mat or a pillow, things like that. We're going to want to connect more with spirituality, or even this could be art, because Pisces is creative energy. Now, when Venus is in Pisces and it comes to relationships and love, one thing we want to watch out for is that we can be a little unrealistic. We can see things with rose-colored glasses, and maybe we lose sight of reality. So we don't want to get too lost in our fantasy. that we're creating around relationships or people, especially if you're starting a new relationship during this transit. Another thing you want to watch out for with Venus in Pisces is that Pisces is known for having a little bit of an issue with maintaining boundaries. So we want to be clear when we have Venus in Pisces that we're being respectful of ourselves and our energy when it comes to our relationships, because Pisces is such a generous energy. It's a unconditional love. It wants to help everybody and heal everybody, which is wonderful. And so we're gonna maybe want to help others more with this transit, but we've got to be very careful with how much we're giving, that we're not giving our arm with a hand. So with that said, Venus in Pisces is also a time for us to connect more deeply to our loved ones, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendships. And also it's a very psychic and intuitive energy. So we have this opportunity to connect with each other on a much deeper level and a more intimate level. Okay, so Venus in Pisces at this full moon, the sun is in Pisces at this full moon, and so we've got a lot of mystical energy, a lot of magical energy, but Virgo full moon is wanting us to be realistic, okay? So that is the main thing with this full moon. It's about being realistic and being very clear with our expectations, okay? So Pisces is allowing us to dream. It's allowing us to imagine what is possible, to visualize and manifest what it is we want to call into our lives. But the full moon in Virgo is like, okay, that's wonderful. I love your vision. I love your dream. But now how are we going to create that and make it a reality? What is the breakdown of the steps we need to take in order to make your fantasy come to life? Okay, so that's what we're in this week. Now, again, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, and so we're like kind of all over the place with our thoughts, especially now that the sun is in Pisces. So we've got a bit of confusion for ourselves this week. So again, pay attention to what comes up for yourself this week when it comes to your feelings and emotions. Observe them, but don't make any serious commitments or like final like decisions about things, okay? Because your moods could change quickly, okay? All right, like you might be crying in the morning about something. Oh my God, I'm really upset about that. I didn't like what that person said to me. And then you realize later, you know what, like that wasn't a big deal or whatever. Just don't go like too far in one direction with things this week. Allow yourself to kind of come back into reality with Mercury going direct, and then allowing yourself to be dreamy and imaginative, a little bit of escapism this week. And then we're gearing up for this full moon. So it's about releasing. So a couple things I highly recommend since we are now in Pisces season. This is a time for all of us to connect more deeply to our spiritual energy, okay? Now, I know that some of us believe in God, some of us believe in the universe, some of our atheists, all that stuff. At the end of the day, we all have spiritual energy. We are all spiritual, energetic beings. So with Pisces season, our intuition is heightened. Our spiritual energy is heightened. Our healing abilities are heightened. So if this is a time where you want to dive more deeply into your spiritual practices or explore more religion or spirituality or astrology or Kabbalah or meditation or even yoga, things that take you into another realm and connect you with the divine, wonderful time to do it. Or if you want to connect more with your creative energy, connecting more with like your artistic side, your creative side, that is a wonderful thing to do. Maybe you want to go to the art store, pick up a canvas, do some crafting, anything that's allowing you to disconnect from reality in a healthy way is wonderful during Pisces season, okay? Now, the downside of this Pisces energy is that because we want to escape from reality with Pisces, we don't want to go into unhealthy habits, okay? It could be drugs, it could be drinking, it could be excesses, things that we are using to escape reality, okay? So we want to find healthy ways to escape from reality, all right? So I have a wonderful message for you guys that I pulled, a card message I pulled for you for this week, and it could not be more fitting with this Pisces season starting, okay? So here it is. One of my favorite card decks, These are some of the most beautiful cards, and it is a fractal image, and the message is divinity. Okay, I don't know if you can see that with my light. Look at that gorgeous violet card. So the violet color is connected to our crown chakra, which is the chakra that is connected to Pisces, because Pisces is connected to the divine. All right, so the message with this card is you are beautiful, wise, and loving soul who has braved the perils and difficulty of incarnation to be here on earth and in service to humanity. You uplift the energy and consciousness, Pisces. You uplift the energy and consciousness of others through the work that you do. Whether you are aware of it or not, there are billions of souls residing on the planet at this time. Yet, only a small number of them are able to help humanity evolve to its fullest potential. And you are one of those souls. Who you are is a gift to this world. Even at the best of times, it can be difficult to remember this, especially when being human feels so real. Your connection to spirit is much stronger than you think. You're a living, breathing channel of the divine. It moves through you in all that you do. It flows through the words that you speak, even when you don't intend it to. In every situation, you are a transmitter of the higher cosmic energies and wisdom. It is those who have the greatest gift who most often face the biggest challenges in life. Hold your head up and keep your faith. These challenges are the means to seeing and understanding the strength, wisdom, and compassion you hold within yourself. On a higher level, your soul chose to have a direct experience of the trials you have faced. Through each event, you have become better equipped and skilled so that you in turn could help others. You are a very special soul with an important part to play in the healing and betterment of the people of this planet. You are born to be in service to humanity through the divine gifts and knowledge you have carried with you into this lifetime. You are here to ignite the light in others to realize their own divinity. Could not be more Pisces, okay? So there is your message for the week, my loves. I want to wish you a beautiful Monday and a magical Pisces season, and this full moon coming up on Saturday in Virgo. Do not forget, if you're going to be crying or having a tantrum, it may happen. Don't worry about it. It's just the full moon, okay? So I'm sending you a big hug, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I'll hop on later today, but here's your message for the week. Lots of love.